If you're ever feeling bad about yourself, just know that I dated somebody who collected their toenails and put them in a Pokemon ball. And then they stopped texting me back.
Wait, she dated Hunter Biden? I have proof that HGTV or Magnolia Network needs to give this A-list actress a home improvement show stat because it would be gold. Taylor Swift and longtime boyfriend Joe Alwyn were photographed making out on a tropical vacation. Brad Pitt just did a tell-all interview with GQ, and the Freak of the Week is so outrageous, you would think it was satire. I'm AlexClark, and this is POPlitics. Before I lay out the receipts as to why this A-list actress deserves her own home improvement show, there is a new episode of The Spillover out on Apple and Spotify that you must listen to ASAP. It is my new favorite episode of the second season. I chat with journalist, author, and political commentator Mike Cernovich about ayahuasca and psychedelics, which he believes changed his life for the better. He describes seeing and talking to demons and meeting God, and it's one of the most interesting and entertaining conversations I've ever had with someone. Subscribe to The Spillover and make sure to leave a 5-star review with your thoughts on this insane episode. And by the way, we just launched a TikTok for The Spillover. What is it called? The Spillover.
That was easy.
Speaking of TikTok, I was scrolling and happened to see a video from none other than Drew Barrymore, who was doing some demo work on her house because she was convinced that there was a hidden window behind her walls. Turns out she was right, and her reaction to this discovery is proof that what might save cable television is Drew Barrymore getting a home renovation show.
It's so hopeful. It's like where just something can be so covered up and dark. You can pry it open and create light.
Drew, what's about to happen?
So the people who own this apartment before me covered up a window with drywall. I don't know why. And I was like, I know there's a window. I know there's a window. And guess what? There's a window and we're about to reveal it. Oh my God, that's stunning! God, Carlos, you're so strong.
Be careful.
I knew there was a window here. I knew it. I knew it. I knew there was a window. I knew it.
Don't you just want to cry with her or bark with her over finding a new window? I mean, how did I just go through every emotion while watching a 1-minute video? She's barking and howling 1 second, then laughing deliriously and happy crying the next. She is TV gold. If HGTV or Chip and Joanna do not scoop this woman up, they are idiots. Now that I'm thinking about it, we could get 2 hit shows out of Drew Barrymore and her little window situation. One is a home renovation one. The second, a crime show, where the previous owners of this apartment who boarded up the window have to stand trial for their heinous actions.
Known as the Spectral Victims Unit. These are their stories.
Taylor Swift and actor boyfriend Joe Alwyn appear to still be going strong after 6 years together. They were spotted making out on a tropical getaway in the Bahamas, canoodling as you do. I don't usually dedicate time on my shows to discuss paparazzi shots, but we rarely ever get candids of them because they are so unbelievably private. And it reminded me that before I die, I have to see Taylor Swift get married and become a mom. Like, I have to see it, or my life won't be complete. I'm also super excited because Taylor just wrote her new song, Carolina, for the Where the Crawdads Sing movie that comes out next month. It's one of my favorite books of all time, so I have required all the girls on the POPlitics team to read it in time for the movie next month so we can all see it together as a work requirement. I'm not a regular boss, I'm a cool boss. If you want to join in on the fun, start reading Where the Crawdads Sing now so you can be on the same page with us, pun intended.
I loved the book Where the Crawdads Sing, and I wanted to turn it into a movie. The same feelings that you get when you read the book, you're going to have when you go see the film.
Kai's love of nature is captured so beautifully, and it's so wonderful to see the marsh come to life.
Oh, wow. But then also add this thriller element.
I fell deeply in love with the world and the character. She's so resilient and strong.
You can't live alone in the marsh forever.
Watch me.
All right.
And I really wanted to spend some time embodying her.
There's not a person on earth who hasn't felt like an outsider. But the story is about finding a way to just save yourself. Taylor Swift was so inspired by the book that she wrote an original song based on these characters. We are so lucky to have it on the film. It's haunting, it's beautiful. It's a wonderful thing to read and enjoy a book, but to make a world come alive, that's magic.
Doesn't he look like Han Solo in that photo? How many of you are Brad Pitt stans out there? He just did an interview with GQ magazine, and you know, I feel like I learned a little bit about him.
But appearances can be deceptive.
Yeah.
For one, the article started off by revealing that when it comes to his career, Brad said, I consider myself on my last leg. So do with that what you will.
I gotta add this to my Tinder profile.
Then he told a story about how some man said a few years back that the property he owns part of with ex-wife Angelina Jolie, the Chateau Miraval, which is now shaping up to be another ex-celebrity courtroom drama, had gold buried on it. Brad claims he literally got radar gear and went looking for gold, obviously to no success.
What's in the box?
Anyway, he also revealed that he has problems remembering new people's faces after he's met them, and he is insecure that it makes him come across a certain way, like distant or self-centered, when really he cares about getting to know people. TBH, the vibe I got was that his life seems to be quiet and maybe even a little lonely. He's even had recurring nightmares that he's being stabbed to death, so like that's dark. But even then, he seems to be very in touch with himself. I've always felt like he was one of the good ones in Hollywood, even when he has made mistakes.
You're a good egg.
When you find out who the Freak of the Week is, you'll see why it was a no-brainer. Bust out those pipes, Benny boy.
I said, certified freak. 7 days a week.
I don't know who this chick is, some Liberace. But what she says and believes wholeheartedly is why she earned herself a spot as the foe.
Hey, it's that time of year again where white people can't wait to get really tan. And y latinos también, bronceaditos, quemaditos. If you're a white person, you can't wait to get super tan and you can't say Black Lives Matter and you're not an ally and you can't stand for your Black, brown, indigenous, people of color, friends, and family, then do everyone a favor and tanning is not for you. So, thank you.
Everyone, please make sure to show your race ID card before stepping onto the beach or entering public pools. Also, all cosmetic companies selling bronzer and self-tanner, canceled, straight to jail.
Wanna know a secret? I don't have any tan lines.
I have to shout out the Supreme Court, who just declared that concealed carry restrictions in New York were unconstitutional. This is a huge win for the Second Amendment. Up until this week, the requirement was that concealed carry applicants had to prove why they need to carry a gun outside of their home. Now that that has been struck down, that means that this ruling has set a precedent for any other states that try to enforce concealed carry laws. And now those states can be sued for violating constitutional rights.
All right, I guess this is the night bitches die.
If you're happy for New Yorkers, hit the heart or the thumbs up button. Will you please read Where the Crawdads Sing with us, or have you already read it? What are your thoughts on that Brad Pitt interview, and should Drew Barrymore host a home renovation show? Yes. Please do me a favor, DM this episode to someone completely random on Instagram. Like, this is the challenge, okay? Like, go into where you share the story, you click the little send them paper airplane thing, and then all these names pop up. Just DM it to somebody random, and then go, whoops, sorry, wrong person. Let's see how many new people we can introduce POPlitics to. I am Sneaky Pete. And then hit the save button. And don't forget to follow The Spillover on TikTok. In the meantime, listen to the newest episode of The Spillover. I am telling you, it is so good. It's pop culture without the propaganda every single day. I'm AlexClark, and this is POPlitics.
Clearly, POPlitics is best served visually, but you can also listen to POPlitics if you just want the audio. Subscribe to us anywhere you get your podcasts: Apple, Spotify, iHeart, TuneIn, and more. Also, make sure that if you are listening to the podcast version, you leave us a 5-star review. And don't forget, subscribe to POPlitics on YouTube.